Okay, it's been a while. Time to just see where my views are at. Okay. Bismol, 14,000, 1,400, 1,400. I guess that means I have to do a Super Sentai video. Okay, since my last video skyrocketed more than I ever thought it would, I decided to do a video based on another Super Sentai. But instead of like one individual Sentai, I'm gonna go over the reasons why I love the Super Sentai franchise. Let's start out with the actual concepts and suit designs. The Ranger suit designs, for me, just look better and better. And back from the old days where they just have generic suits and for some reason want a couple with actual hair and like a wig in it, to suit with cool animal designs on it, a cool train design I really like, the Pirates design I really like, the Raiders one with a bunch of designs just everywhere and I somehow love it. Anyway, the costumes just get better and better. And speaking of costumes, the monster costumes. If like ever since Senkaiju, the costumes just get better and better. I mean, we used to have in the past like monsters with unique designs like all over the place, but during Jawman, it just all it's basically a different head with the same body. But Senkaiju fixed that by having them have a different weapon every time and looks slightly different from the other one, so it doesn't feel like you're just merging together in a giant hotspot. Hey, that leads into our next subject, the monsters. Like when even though I can't usually get into the motive of most of the monsters, like I said, some of their powers are pretty cool, especially in Senkaiju. The Rangers have bad luck. I guess the day is over. They can't transform. I guess they lose. One monster makes them go on vacation. I guess this is our excuse to have a beach episode. And somehow that works. I mean, in Killer Major, for some reason, there's a monster turning people into mannequins. Because why not? Why usually can't get into the monsters like as characters? As basically the monster of the week, their powers are pretty interesting. But don't get me wrong, there are some monsters with genuine enjoyment. Like Rizuru. He's just a bar of a he's just a bar of selfishness and I freaking love him for it. Anyway, let's get into the third reason. The characters. Super Sentai is full of great characters that I can't go through them all. I'm just gonna go through three noble ones real fast. Kaito, he can get the job done even if he's just a happy, upgoing guy, but willing to do what's right and get the job done, even meant killing his father. Seriously, I'm still surprised at that. Motaro, he's just trying to make people happy, and I can't wait to hear more about him doing when the series is going on, because the series is still going on right now. We have Lucky, who somehow gets like away with anything, like almost dying in space. Luck, have new power. One of the first people to get new power. Luck, somehow find a person to become the next Hero Ranger. Also, Luck, this guy's the freaking most luckiest guy in the world. And when the characters have interficial stories, they're actually pretty knowable. For a reason, how I got into the franchise. Like, we all know that Super Sentai was turned into a Power Ranger show because they want because it's easier to make. The first show I saw off with was Samurai, a show that usually gets a lot of hate, but I personally like it. And when I grew older, they said the show was based on Super Sentai show. It wasn't until 2020 during the pandemic I was interested, so I looked up on my computer and I was blown away. Like especially Sin Kenja. Go watch it. It's pretty good. The fifth reason, the openings and endings are one of the best Japanese songs I ever heard. Like seriously, the songs in these are just amazing. Except for the Ninkenja, like seriously, except for the Ninja one, seriously, that one's so annoying. I freaking hate it. And the early ones they kind of are meh, but that's just due to the fact that it was basically a 70s show. 70s, 80s, or 90s show anyway, they're not that great. But most of them are pretty good. And the final reason? I just like it. Like, I try and I literally try and explain all the reasons I like it, but something just sparks with me. Something that Power Rangers used to do, but this series has just blown out of the water. It's just fun, creative, enjoyable, barely any cons to it. And it's a show I hope I could keep talking about more about. Except Kenja's opening. That song is just annoying. I'm not too brony, and good night.